The 20 worst misunderstandings in history that had grave consequences. History proves that clear, direct communication can actually save lives. We take it for granted, but this can mean the difference between success and catastrophe, especially when weapons and war are involved. From tragic bombings to literal witch hunts, these instances of simple miscommunication went so far that they permanently altered the lives of thousands of people. Here are the 20 worst misunderstandings in history that had grave consequences. Number 1. The Yucatan Peninsula. When the Spanish first arrived in modern-day Central America, they were completely unaware of their surroundings. So they decided to ask the natives, who replied, "I don't know," in their native language. It sounded like Yucatan, so the Spanish went with it. Number 2. Potato ban. In the 18th century, it was illegal to eat potatoes in France, as officials were convinced that spuds caused leprosy. So they fed them to pigs instead. That makes the name of one snack particularly baffling. Number 3. French fries. Your favorite burger side dish actually comes from Belgium. Since the official language of the Belgian army was French, soldiers called their special fried potatoes French fries. It wasn't accurate, but it stuck. Number 4. System crash. On July 23, 1983, a crew of Air Canada stewards confused kilograms with pounds while fueling. About halfway into their flight, they had to do an emergency landing because the numbers were off. That wasn't the only time experts didn't read the fine print. Number 5. More measurements. This time it's at NASA, during the 1990 launch of the Mars Climate Orbiter. Some team members used metric measurements while others used imperial, which made the orbiter lose contact with the home base. Number 6. Let him have it. When warehouse robbers Derek Bentley and Christopher Craig were cornered by police in 1953, all hell broke loose. Derek told Chris, "Let him have it," Chris, meaning, give him the gun. But Chris heard, "Shoot the guy," and so he did. Number 7. Fort Blunder. In the early 19th century, the US wanted to improve its border defenses in case of a British attack. But after construction was already underway, a survey showed the Americans had accidentally built a fort on Canadian soil. Number 8. Fall of Troy. In ancient times, the Greeks built a giant wooden horse as a supposed gift for the Trojans. The Trojans accepted, not knowing that a small army hid inside. Goes to show that sometimes it pays off to peek at your presence ahead of time. Number 9. Wrong way. We all know that the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand sparked World War I, but did you know his death was very avoidable? Having recently escaped from an ambush in Sarajevo, Ferdinand and his wife were riding in a carriage that made a wrong turn. They passed right by one of the would-be assassins, who didn't waste his second chance. Number 10. Ocean blue. Many great minds assume that the ocean is blue due to reflecting the color of the sky, but the truth isn't that simple. It's because water better absorbs long wavelength colors like red, orange, and yellow. Blue light has a short wavelength that makes it reflect. Number 11. Nuclear error. The one-time nuclear bombs were used in warfare happened in vain. In response to American threats, the Japanese replied, "Mokusatsu," which translates to, "We withhold comment, pending discussion." However, translators in Washington misinterpreted it as, "We are treating your message with contempt." That error shifted American opinion to use the bomb. Number 12. Not a nuke. Speaking of foreign affairs, a Russian satellite spotted a colored cloud formation during the height of the Cold War. In a moment of terror, they mistook it for a nuke. Number 13. Ski-Doo. It was originally called the Ski Dog, but during a brochure printing someone typed O instead of G. The brand owner went with it, and a legacy was born. Number 14. Salem Witch Trials. From 1692 to 1693, the Salem witch trials ravaged colonial Massachusetts. Victims were believed to be supernaturally evil, but it only took one particularly crazy accusation for dozens of innocents to be executed. Plus, some of the strange behavior was probably because of a fungus that infected their wheat supply. Number 15. Everyone must laugh. During a speech at a Japanese college, President Jimmy Carter's audience began laughing before he could finish his joke. Turns out his translator simply said, "President Carter told a funny story." Everyone must laugh. Number 16. Carnal desire. Okay, we'll leave Jimmy Carter alone after this one, but it's too good to skip. During one speech to the Polish people, a confused translator said that the president desired them carnally. Luckily, American-Polish relations didn't suffer as a result. Number 17. Alexander backwards. Alexander is a strong and common name. It's no wonder this Hong Kong street was meant to have the name, but the signmaker spelled it backward, and behold, Rednixilla Terrace. Number 18. Electoral college versus popular vote. Americans get this mixed up all the time, but presidents aren't elected in a nationwide popular vote. They're chosen through the Electoral College, which refers to a rather convoluted system where elected officials represent voters in each state, usually in a winner-take-all scenario. Number 19. Last drag. In a last-ditch effort to make smoking look good, Philip Morris ran a questionable ad in the Czech Republic. It said that since smoking kills you faster, it will improve the national economy. Go figure. Number 20. Sentinel Island. John Chow was a missionary on a trip to Sentinel Island, off the coast of India. The Sentinel people are known to want nothing to do with the outside world, but he wanted to breach the gap and make history. John learned the hard way when the Sentinels killed him.